Hi. Give the video a second to load. I'm going to be doing, I guess I'll be talking a little bit about the energies the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to do kind of an eclipse feed too. It's been a minute since I've done a video, so give me a second to find this feed and to pull it up. If you're just finding me, go ahead and leave a comment if you're going to want a card. I'm going to be doing Lemurian cards today as well. Take a second to share this out too. It always really helps. So take a second, share this out. Go ahead and drop a comment if you're going to want a card. Alright, we have a lot of energy coming in. A lot of people are starting to feel these energies too. It's something I was kind of talking about my last video, how people are kind of becoming more and more energy sensitive to some of these energy shifts that we're going through too. We have a lot of energy coming in actually today. I'm like, right, welcome back, right? We kind of had a weird kind of 2 weeks because of the holidays, so the energy, we went through this last eclipse and it kind of hit this lull because everyone was doing the holidays, so everyone's going to probably feel that there's a lot of powerful energy flowing into the planet right now, encouraging us to move around and to create. This next eclipse that we're going to go through, this next eclipse gateway or porthole this weekend is really, really powerful too. Eclipses usually come in pairs. This one is actually not just wrapping up, you know, the second of these two eclipses we're going through right now, but it's going to complete an energetic cycle that we kind of began last summer. So we're kind of bringing a lot of things to completion entering 2020. We have a lot of powerful astrology too. I'm someone that really likes to look to the stars and the energies as to what is going on this planet. It really kind of helps me understand things and understand, you know, what we're going through as a collective whole. We can see a lot of powerful astrology kind of teaming up this January. We can see that Saturn and Pluto are pretty much going to collide, and this is going to occur on the 12th. So we're going to go through this eclipse on the 10th. On the 12th, we're going to kind of have this collision of planets, which is going to bring a powerful energy. It is said that January of 2020 will bring a lot of destruction to the old, and I think we can see that kind of occurring on a collective level. I always am talking about these earth changes. It's the best way I can put it into words without offending people, right? Earth changes. They've already been unfolding since 2012 in a lot of areas, and we can see this happening collectively. It is very important, though, that as we're entering 2020, that we're deciding our script, right? That we're writing the scripts, that we're stepping into our power as co-creators. If the narrative does not feel good to you, make sure you're kind of setting it aside. So I see a collective narrative that's playing out, kind of reminiscent with some of these fires that are occurring. A lot of people don't understand as we're going through this transition that we have to be very careful that we're not creating more of what we don't want by putting a focus on it. We've been already sending kind of rain to these areas, right? We had a lot of rain in the UK. We've been trying to send our rain there for sure and sending good energies. So, you know, if you're trying to help the collective, try to kind of reverse whatever's going on by thinking good thoughts, by thinking of the outcomes that you do want, not by focusing on the negative that is occurring. We need to trust that there's a divine order in all of this, with all of these energies unfolding and everything that is occurring. And, you know, there's a lot of people learning at different levels. So sometimes the things that we perceive as negative that are occurring are meant to be a spiritual catalyst of sorts. We also know that we're going further into this energy stream and it's purging the planet out. We can tell that, especially with this second eclipse that's coming at us right now, that emotions might be running high. A lot of people are feeling a lot of different sensations, perceiving the spiritual for the first time in a long time, right? And so we have a lot of emotions that are flooding to the surface, and, you know, we can really tell that a lot is occurring in one place, like I said. So we can tell that there are people that are purging. The collective is purging as well as we continue into these higher frequency energies. But that's what this is. It's not getting worse on this planet. planet is getting higher and higher in frequency. And as that is occurring, the things that, you know, are not in vibrational in alignment with this planet's ascension are going to continue to be stripped away, to be removed. This energy, you know, a lot of people are on these kind of end times timelines where they're, you know, expecting this doom and gloom and these things like that. And I love that topic. I'm always talking about it because I know we live in a manifest reality. So, you know, we've been trained and programmed to believe in this like revelations, end time, world burning scenario. And that just is not what is occurring. It's very important that we're setting aside these third dimensional kind of narratives that don't really feel authentic or feel good, and that we're taking control of our reality this year. We've been putting in a lot of work, and it is helping to raise the frequencies. So if you really want to help the collective continue to work on yourself, your life, your energy, it's really helping to put up the frequencies. The more that we can tune into our inner light, the more that we're taking this planet up into higher levels of consciousness. All right, my link is above. I have a lot to kind of fit in one video too, right? My link is above. If you need me, you can just set up something on my site and I come find you. Make sure you share this out too. If you guys want a card, you can just go ahead and drop a comment. Nicole Hernandez. Well of dreams, creation, visions, messages, dissolve the veil, bliss and dreams. And we can tell, you know, we have a lot of geomagnetic energies coming in right now. We have a lot of energies that you really can't measure coming into the planet as well. With all of these energies, you know, it's pretty intense around here, but a lot of you guys are having a lot of dream recollection, becoming more lucid in the sleep state. Maybe tapping into and tuning into like having dreams where you have amazing abilities, amazing potential. Maybe you're traveling and experiencing, hanging out with other souls, connecting with other souls from past timelines, things like that. So as we're, you know, connecting ourselves more and more spiritually, we're kind of opening ourselves up more and more to these amazing abilities. Pay attention to your dreams. We have a lot of our head chakras coming online. It's actually a topic in one of my class-based groups that I do on here as well. So if you guys are not in any of my groups or something, I do have a link on this page, a group section of groups that I do, but it's actually something that is kind of pretty much the topic of this week. So it's something important occurring. We have a lot of new chakras, right, that are coming online, not just with us, but with the planet as well. Nancy Richardson. Integration, forgive yourself and others, reunion, let go of the defenses, open the door. A lot of people are feeling a pull to slow down right now. That first eclipse just hit the planet and created kind of an energy reset, a recalibration of sorts. And you know the same thing's about to happen with the next one. We do have a bunch of eclipses this year, but you know, things aren't really going to kick off for a few more months in terms of those last series of eclipses. But for this next one, it's going to help recalibrate things. That might make you feel like you just need to stop. Your body needs a second. Maybe you're craving more sleep, more food, right? Just needing to lay around, kind of can't really move. Pay attention to your body as you're going through these gateways. It's a lot of energy that we're integrating. Scott Orr, Happy New Year. Fire of transformation, radical purification, violet flames, surrendering and resurrection. And this is occurring from the collective. And you know, I do a lot of downloading. A lot of people might think this is scary if they don't understand the process and what is occurring, but we need to understand that this is really a creative energy all around us, shaping our reality. And you know, the fire wasn't meant to be a bad thing. It's a sign of resurrection, of rebirth, of purifying, things like that. Anything not in alignment with who we are this year is going to be further stripped away. This is about us finding ourselves on deeper levels in 2020 and us kind of shaping, you know, reshaping who we are as well. We're doing a lot of rebuilding of ourselves as we're going through this experience and these energies. So 2020 for sure is about us tuning into ourselves deeper. We also have a theme with love as well for this year. Cindy Gordon Carpenter. Elders, spiritual mentoring, equality, stability, wisdom, experience, and counsels. And I would say even doesn't matter what level people are at on this feed, you're kind of being drawn to this stuff because you're hearing or feeling this calling within you that I say when we have a spiritual awakening, it's more like we've been activated for some type of mission of service, because I believe that a lot of this planet is starseeds, and a lot of the collective will continue to be shaped out of these different types of souls that might be vibrating on higher frequencies, because during this time it was needed for these types of souls to incarnate into this place to kind of lift up human consciousness, you know, just through carrying higher frequencies. I come into a lot of these souls that are drawn to me, starseed souls, right? I come to a lot of them find me, right? We tend to find each other as well. We tend to kind of pick out other starseeds, other souls vibrating at these higher frequencies, maybe able to perceive more of what's around. So for sure, we're kind of going through this activation process as well alongside our spiritual awakening, for sure. I think we're getting prepared too. I have to really think about the best ways that I can serve the collective. No pressure, right? The best ways that I can serve the collective. And I am a manifestor. I am someone who resonates with being here to build the new. And so it's really important, even doing these videos, that I'm staying focused on, you know, a vision for the collective as well. I think I'm going to do some more videos, you know, in some of our class spaces this week on how we can come together to best create a new collective. And that's where we're at with all of this. So it's important we're not focusing on the old stuff, and that we're really staying, you know, focused on where we're headed with all of this, right? A better state of humanity for everyone. And so we have to really stay aligned with where we're kind of headed with all of this as well. Nancy Roswell, Ships of Light. Here's where we're headed. Ships of light. Beam up your vibration. Open up to your star family. So, you know, how crazy is it that, you know, we are suddenly having to reshape our perception of reality, especially when it comes to the spiritual as well. We're figuring out that, you know, some of these religions might not feel so good to us anymore, right? Some of these places that we used to resonate with, maybe we just don't resonate with them anymore, and we're kind of trying to open up spiritually and kind of get back to ourselves here as well. So we're kind of changing our perception, but a lot of people are being drawn to the spiritual right now. That can mean different things for different people, right? I am someone who's always trying to bring together large groups of people, especially of different backgrounds, different cultures, different religions, and things like that. This is about finding what feels good for you spiritually, what works for you as well. Some of the things I'm into, some people might not be into, right? Some of the things that work for you or make you feel, you know, most connected might not be for everyone else as well. Really get into what feels good for you spiritually. I believe that we're being drawn to certain things because it's, you know, a remembering. We're kind of bringing back our past life and aspects of our past as well, kind of going through this same process. So if you're drawing to certain things spiritually, you know, you might also have a past life connection with some of these things. Katrina on de Vlak. Good morning. This is where we're at right now, the whole planet. This egg, Lemurian egg. Yeah, I know, right? It's like the butterfly. So we're going through a metamorphosis, a transformation. It might look kind of messy around here too, from the outside looking in, but for sure, make sure you're resting, regeneration, you're full of divine potential. Make sure you're getting a lot of rest though. Like I said, these eclipses are really an energy reset. So, you know, as we're adjusting to higher frequencies, sometimes it takes a minute for us to get used to them. We need more rest. Listen to your body as we're going through these portholes this week. We have a lot of energy starting to stream in. I joke around and I say I'm probably 6 hours in America's future living here, and we have a lot of energy that just started to stream in as well. So today is one of, you know, a very high frequency kind of energy wave day. Christy Mabe. Cosmic self. You're a cosmic being. Stay confident in your truth. Work on your throat chakra. It's really hard for us. And that's why we're just now unlocking the 5th dimension and tapping into the potential of that, right? So really work on that gateway, work on your throat chakra. It's very important that we do so that we can unlock our power as manifestors as well. We have a lot of old programming. I'm going to get, you know, more into the eclipse as we get closer, but we have a lot of old programming that's surfacing as well, especially with the divine feminine, things being released, especially with the throat chakra right now. Christina Jason. Storm. It's okay to feel it all. Cleanse. Collapse into the old. Realignment. And you're someone that can work with the element of air. We all kind of connect better, each with different elements, I'm sure. But you can really flow in these energies with some mastery. So, you know, I figured out that I could be using these energies for my benefit. That's why I'm here working, right? I'm here working for sure during the storm. So we can get a lot done with these storm energies for sure. They come to clear obstacles. They come to clear paths. They come to make a way. They're very powerful energies to be working in. Get things done, even if you guys are just like running around, right? We've kind of hit kind of a lull energetically. Even if you're just running around, getting things done, doing errands, working, it's really good energy for that. Karen Avalon, Crown, right to know, go beyond attachments, divine alignment, keep working on your crown chakra. The best way we can do that, I say, is nature and meditation. It really just instantly kind of changes our frequency when we get outside, when we're meditating, for sure. More work with that chakra. Haley Donna Reed, oh, I love it. Know yourself. I had to push myself, right, to come back and do video. I've been having a hard time doing my videos too, so I get it, but it is needed for sure. Hazley, know yourself, meditate. Who am I? The veil is lifting and opening, and that's what we're here to discover. Who are we? We can look at the consciousness and see that's a good reflection of who we are as well, right? A collective kind of reflection. Who are we, though? And that's really the question. We've tried on a lot of roles this life, identities, trying to find ourselves, and, you know, we're really multidimensional because those are all aspects of ourselves too. But it's about finding what works best, what's most in alignment with you, and that's all this process is about. We know that we're here to work on our soul, that this is a spiritual school. Basically, it's a school, but we're spiritual beings having this experience here. And we know we can't take the material with us when we go, right? It's kind of like an astral. You wouldn't care about the furniture in the astral dimension and things like that. This has always been about us working on ourselves on every level too, finding ourselves. And like I said, 2020 will be about us kind of, you know, rediscovering more lost aspects of ourselves, finding ourselves deeper. Christina Jason, Rainbow Child, Unstoppable, New Earth Builder, Multi-Talented, Miraculous, Alchemy, and you are a manifester. And, you know, this takes some work for us to tune into our, you know, abilities. It's something I'm, you know, learning as I go as well, right? We're learning as we go. But for sure, I found that with manifesting, and I had to manifest a lot of really big things to be doing this job and this mission. And literally, I found that if I could just stay positive all the time and stay high vibe, that literally, you know, I could easily manifest these huge things that pretty much seem impossible to me. They're pretty much what I would consider miraculous, right? Beyond my human capability to do on my own. So it's really important that we're manifesting and that we're all manifesting in alignment with divine will. As we're doing it, for sure, stay focused on your third eye and manifesting. A lot of your abilities lie in the mind. Exisa, I can't say it. Indigo Child, Inspire, Heart, Dialogue, Action, Passion, Community. You're an indigo soul, so a lot of this is, you know, us rebuilding ourselves now during this time. We came to bring galactic frequencies to this planet on whatever level. A lot of you guys, you know, can resonate with that kind of indigo trait checklist as well. System busters, right, might not like control dramas, right, might do especially bad with control dramas, things like that. Ones that see better ways of doing things, stuff like this. So we have a lot of indigo souls that kind of started out this journey to kind of bring those galactic frequencies to the planet. We can see it has worked because there's now an entire breakdown of society that is occurring. And I think we're going to see a lot kick off in January. I'll have to do another video for that because I am trying to do cards in the same space, but it's coming this week. So we can talk about how this will kind of unfold and play out. But we can see, yes, there's an entire kind of deconstruct occurring around us as well. The energy kind of does the rest. All right. Melissa Arco, Divine Feminine, receive your birthright, unconditional love. And we have a lot occurring with the feminine. We need to remember that Gaia is also shaking off an entire cycle of enslavement. And that really is kind of a reflection of a little of what the feminine has experienced this cycle and will continue to conquer. But it's very important to remember that men also hold that feminine energy, that we all do, that we all contain both of those energies. So there's a lot kind of stirring up with the feminine, and you know that involves all people feeling this pull, feeling the collective as well. Some people are more tuned into those energies than other, but a lot of people are feeling this kind of collective pull, or what is unfolding in the collective, or are very tuned into those kind of energies. A lot of people are also tuned into different types of energies like solar energy, earth energy, things like that. And so they're really kind of feeling a lot as this continues to unfold. Spring Phillips, time to rise. Know and flow is the love that you are. Bliss. I've been feeling a little too grounded going through these shifts. So definitely we kind of had to find our flow as we're doing this too. This is our kind of time to shine right now. see, Diamante. Stepping stones. Take the next step. Let go of the old paradigm. It's really important that we're staying positive and focus on the things that are going good around us. We have a lot happening in one place, so it's really important, though, that we're staying in gratitude, because that is really the best way to create more, right, of what we like. Stay focused on what you like, and more of that will materialize. Where our focus is going, that's where this energy is going and creating more. So it's really important that we're not focused on, you know, third dimensional things like lack, fear-based things, that we're staying in gratitude, and that we're finding our flow and abundance and things like that. Beck Smith. Oh, I already told you guys it's going to rain. Don't worry, the rain. I don't want to be like all doom and gloom over here on my channel. People like listen to me, and yeah, I'm kind of like end time news girl at the same time, right? Don't worry, the rain is coming. I told you guys this is also a full moon in Cancer, the emotional. There's gonna be lots of water happening on this planet if it hasn't been already. So know that this is a divine order. We could see the same things as these, and there will continue to be more of this collective purging. But you could see that when, you know, the fires were in other areas, that yes, the rain will come and put them out in divine order. And I know there's a lot occurring, but we're not able to see the big picture and why some of these experiences might be needed, not just on an individual level for people, but on a collective level as well. So it's really important that we're not judging the things that are occurring as negative or bad, and that we're trusting the universe in all of this, for sure. Beck, Blu-ray being, direct divine expression, bridge between dimensions. So it's really important that we're choosing to have a higher narrative, right? The third dimensional perspective will be fear and oh my God, and the world's ending, and you know, a higher timeline to pick would be kind of, you know, seeing that the world is meant to be exactly where it is, and that we can only change ourselves really as much as I want to, you know, change the collective. It's better if I put my energy into working on my own ascension and my own enlightenment kind of path as well, and discerning, you know, where I can best kind of use my energies. Linda Bonham. Nurture, self-healing, Ruby Ray, birthing the new age. And so, you know, there's a lot occurring, and you know that I like the phoenix analogy. The phoenix rises out of the ashes, and you know, this is what happens when we fall away from the spiritual. So we can see there's a lot of modern civilizations on this planet at this time, and they kind of fell away from this stuff. And some of this stuff that is happening is very catalytic, right? Catalytic, and might be needed to kind of further wake up some people, the collective, things like that. So really just try to trust the process as it's unfolding. Try to be the observer, more the observer, less trying to interfere, right? That's trying to interfere. I probably can't use my abilities to change the collective, so I don't really try to. I'm more of an observer as things are unfolding. I like to just kind of watch everything as it's unfolding and, you know, kind of best navigate this the best I can. Carrie Marie. Multi-dimensional, multiple dimensions, timelines. Be you, don't even try to fit in. And there is a splitting that is occurring between dimensions right now. We can see that happening as a lot of these places are being affected and things like that. So for sure, really choose the higher timelines. Always choose love over fear, and we can choose that by how we respond to any given situation. And like I said, we can learn how to relax a little and just go with the flow, right? Navigating the fifth dimension, just go with the flow, do the best that you can, try to observe, you know, without all of those judgments of deciding whether something's positive or negative and things like that, right? It's all about just how we're choosing to respond to our given situation at any minute. Choose love, Mo Sass, abundance. Fullness of source, enough for all, open. And we're being encouraged to create something new and to step outside of the box when it comes to, you know, what we want to experience in our own lives. So we have a lot of energy pouring in. This is creative energy full of so much potential, right? A lot of people do describe it as it could be scary, right? There's fires occurring and things like that, but it's meant to be a force of creation. And we're meant to be learning how to use it so that we can manifest something better in our lives, right? This is why we're coming back to the spiritual and how it can have such a powerful effect, transforming everything about our lives. So it's important that we're kind of getting a grasp this year on manifesting. The victim narratives go out the window, right? The reasons why you can't do this, that you can't whatever it is that comes up in your life. You can't do it. You don't think it'll work. Those are your obstacles. Those are your blocks. And you're probably hopefully noticing them more and more as we're going through this process. We're becoming more and more consciously aware because, you know, it was never external situations. It was always the way we're seeing things, right? Our programming, our patterns that were blocking our full potential. And so 2020 will be about us stepping into that potential. We have a really good opportunity to do just that. Anaim, Syrian emissaries, dream for the new earth. Time now for a magical life. Yes, like I just said, it's very important that we're creating the new and that we're not focused on the old that isn't clearly working, and that we're really here creating something new. I believe that the people that are awake and, you know, have agreed to do so are the ones creating the new, and that we really almost have two kind of realities playing out like radio stations around here, where, you know, if you're awake and doing the inner work, you're tuned into something really beautiful occurring and unfolding. And whereas it depends on kind of your vibratory state, just stay really focused with creating the new. I was really kind of thinking about, you know, how best we could have a new collective and what that collective would look like, right? Things I've already been kind of shown before. Stay really focused on the new, on how, you know, you would like consciousness to kind of be shaped in, what you would like it to be shaped into. Paul Max, heaven on earth, you're invited to the fifth dimension. Brad Davenport, star connection, guidance from the stars, galactic self, unified field. And, you know, we're just once again kind of merging with our galactic aspects as well, right? This is kind of important things that are happening and are going to continue to happen as these energies are kind of folding out and everything's kind of playing out. A lot of people are talking about we may be getting ready for some type of a solar flash or solar event, and I can see that there are already many events that are unfolding that might lead up to some larger type of event like a solar flash. I think there's a lot of, you know, good scientific evidence to really talk about this. What could happen if these energies are continuing to pour in, which they are, and where it could lead us all, and things like that. So we don't really know as things are unfolding, but we're getting ready for something powerful to occur energetically, ultimately. Twiggy Finlayson, Tree of Life, Circle of Life, clear energies and channels. Keep working on yourself, and we're going to continue to clear ourselves as channels. Oh, and I have to throw this in here too because I forgot. I have an event on this page for Friday. You'll have to go find it, right? I have an event on this page too. I keep forgetting to tell people, and then people don't know what I'm doing. I do have an event on this page for the eclipse as well. It's my boyfriend's birthday, so we've been waiting for this one, right? So it's a really good astrology. I can't wait. So I do have an event on this page. All right, Susan Collock. Travel, this is what I've been interested in. Inner and outer journeys. Believe in yourself, big shifts. And we have to go within as well. We have kind of these inner worlds that really reflect to the outer, creating our outer reality. It's a really good time for dreaming, for astral travel. I'm always trying to help people to tune in that way. It's a really powerful way to tune in to other dimensions that are occurring simultaneously. I kind of say that like as soon as we go to sleep, we wake up in another world. We wake up somewhere else, an entire inner world, right? With different dimensions, different realms, different places that we can kind of travel to, and it's kind of reminiscent of our outer reality as well, because we know this is nothing more than a projection of the mind, a subconscious projection. So it's really powerful. Any type of information that we can retrieve from the dream state, we can train ourselves to bring back more and more, right? Pieces of other worlds, other realities that our soul is traveling to and living and experiencing here in the now while we're here. So we're multidimensional. Our soul is able to travel, our astral body, right, exists in other dimensions, other places. For sure, you might want to start a dream journal. You might want to start to try to tune in that way. Jessica Schreckengast. Rising to Pleiadian frequencies, sacred bond, healing, clearing space for higher energies. And so we have a lot of higher frequencies that are coming in. A lot of people are just starting to feel these energies with the last eclipse. These are the energies of 2020. And, you know, these portholes, these gateways are so powerful in terms of this planet and the frequency as well. So, you know, this is a huge week, not just this week astrologically, but next week as well. So we have a lot of really powerful energies coming in the next couple of weeks. A lot of people are starting to be able to feel it. You can really tell with where you're at now energetically as to how, you know, much inner work you might have to do as well, because these are the new frequencies, and we're going to have to really evolve and adapt to these much higher frequencies, and we're not going to be able to do the same third dimensional things like the toxic behaviors, the toxins, you know, the bad food, things like that. We're going to have to really lighten up more and more, lighten up our energy fields, lighten the body. Paul Hinshaw. Star children, no veils, psychic, different, cosmic inspiration and light. Keep working on your third eye. Brian Armstead, Sovereign, you get the Dragon card. Right to choose, immunity to hooks. This is a liberation of the soul that we're creating. Let's see. Rhonda Gents Hamlin, Flow. Release control, divine will, oceanic consciousness. And that's the thing, that we have to let go of control of how we think things should be going or how we think things should play out. And now we need to realize that, you know, yes, we are co-creating this reality, but there is this universal force, this source, you know, field of energy that is what I refer to as intelligent infinity. It is, you know, creating the collective as a whole and kind of guiding us in this entire experience. So this is more about releasing that need for control and kind of, you know, focusing on the things that we are here to work on, which is ourselves, and letting go of kind of how we think things should be playing out. Diane Elizabeth, I in One Heart. Divine Cosmic Mother, womb, you're loved, you're safe, rest now, sleep well. And like I said, this eclipse energy can make people feel sleepy, right? Can make people feel sleepy. If you're feeling like you just need a second, meditate, get outside. It'll help you guys kind of assimilate some of these energies too. There's no better place to be than outside with all this crazy energy coming in, because the earth is being activated as well, and it will really help you with your energy and everything with this ascension. So if you guys can, try to get outside more, try to get some fresh air. Claire T. Williams. Portholes, doorways into the now, letting go of the warrior. And we're letting go of that warrior archetype. And, you know, I know we've been in that place for a while, but this is, you know, ascension, where we kind of let go of those defenses and the things that have been blocking us. These are our blockages, the things that we think are scary, our fears, you know, our judgments. These are the things that have been blocking our creating, our manifesting. So really let go of any fear that you might have to. Keep working on your root chakra. Susan Vasquez. Initiation, deep trust, deep healing, reconnection with all. And that's what is occurring now. I know it doesn't always look like that. People are like, what? There is a healing that is occurring on this planet with Gaia as well. So a lot of people are kind of going through this process of being purged out, and will continue to, myself included, right? That we're going to continue to kind of go through these energetic cycles, and it's really a cleansing that is occurring. Suri Keenan. Love it. Vision of unity. Focus on the light. Right to see. Releasing illusion. Pineal activation. Work on your third eye. And for sure, like I said, this year is all about dropping that narrative that doesn't feel good to you. A lot of people will tell you about what's going to happen and how your life's going to be, but it's time that you decide and that you step up as a co-creator. We're dropping the negative narratives. I love it. Pam Hinshaw, for sure. We're going through a DNA process as well, right? We're having our DNA restructured, and that's what's making us be able to tune in and making us multidimensional as well. So we're kind of going through, especially for 2020 through 2022, it's going to be a really big kind of restructuring of our DNA. This energy is continuing to kind of come in, and as it's hitting the body, it's affecting us. It's not just affecting the people that, identify with being spiritually awake. It's affecting this entire planet, every person on it, all life. We can see it's having effect on a lot of things. So for sure, when you resonate with having a spiritual awakening, a lot of times that is an activation. Depths of love. Let go of fear, jump into love, let go beyond attachments. And we really did come here to bring love to this planet. I know people are like, what? I have love. I brought love, right? To bring love to this planet, though. We came to kind of bring love here on new levels. So definitely always choose love. Let go of fear. A lot of starseeds might have even spent incarnations in Atlantis and might have kind of more fear or programming that this might be a scary place. Let go of that now for sure. Always just kind of focus on love. Right. I love it. Danielle Stewart, healing, yes. Gentleness of love, realignment, transformation. And this is a transformation. It doesn't always feel good. My favorite example of ascension is, I always talk about like the superhero movies where they maybe Spider-Man gets bit by the spider and he doesn't feel so great. He's like, I'm dying, right? I'm dying. And he goes through a transformation and something changes in his DNA and he comes out a superhero. And that's really like the closest that I can describe the ascension process that everyone's going through on this planet. That, you're going through a lot of pressure because we are kind of crystallizing, and that's how carbon would change to crystal. So you've been under a lot of pressure, your whole life, but this is meant to transform us on every level. Ruth. Synchronicity, opportunities and divine timing, open to change, divine outcomes. Pay attention to the magic, number codes, right? Maybe just seeing something, maybe just hearing something that someone says that resonates, maybe getting glimpses of like dreams, visions, things like that. You're being divinely guided. Your angels are always reaching out to you. Usually we're just not noticing, right? The messages or things like that, but your angels are working overtime for sure and sending you a lot of messages. Pay attention to the magic. If we get excited about things, the universe tends to send more of it, right? So if we can like stay excited. So I knew that early in my awakening when I was seeing a lot of number codes, like I would go in the matrix and see like 111 on a license plate. I would get really excited about it. I know, right? I would get extra excited about it. And then the universe started sending me more of these synchronicities, more magic. So if we can stay excited about things, the universe will for sure send us more of that magic, more synchronicity, more alignment. Lauren Gafford. Expression, authentic expression. Words are powerful, truth, and you are a creator as well. You're a manifester, so make sure that you're speaking about things this year that you want to see happen. I learned that doing these videos, right? I've been learning that doing these videos that our words are very powerful and are kind of creating our reality. So for sure, pay attention to the things you're talking about this year. More throat chakra work. Jessica Neithalmer. Crystal Child, your natural core, pure innocence, removing falsehood, seer. So we're for sure crystallizing. It's changing our energy. We're becoming more powerful in terms of receiving information, maybe just feeling vibrations, picking up on things, our spiritual senses. We have a lot of abilities that are beginning to come online. Keep working on your third eye. Karen Sheldon, manifest. Co-creation, gratitude, divine alignment, joyful visions. And gratitude is a powerful vibratory hack. It's like the best way we can shift our frequency. If you ever have a bad day or get mad, it could happen, right? We're not all love and light, and we can see how part of the planet is burning down, right? So it's not always love and light when we're trying to navigate ascension. We try to focus on that though, so we can bring more of that love and light into this reality. But for sure, stay in gratitude. It's how we literally can raise our frequencies so much higher. And if you ever have a bad day and you think of things you're grateful for, it will instantly shift whatever is going on, guaranteed. So for sure, more gratitude, We really have it pretty easy considering that most of this feed is probably light workers of some sort. I know it doesn't always feel like that, but compared to some experiences going on here. Shirley Robb, Sacred Mountain, Vision Quest, Clarity and Truth, Deep Healing. Keep working on your throat chakra too. It's really hard. We had a lot of programming and teaching us to be quiet, actually, right? That were too much, things like that. Keep working on your throat chakra though. It's going to unlock you too. Heather Oliveira, Awakening. This is what's happening on the planet. There's a lot of energy coming in, and it is affecting our bodies and clearing out our body and our chakras and raising our vibratory fields. Know who you are. DNA activation. Working on your DNA is really powerful. It's something that I'm huge on, right? I do a lot of work with DNA. I do a lot of recoding, and so working on your DNA is very powerful in terms of unlocking your potential for sure, as well as unlocking things like past lives, memories. Donna K. Brannon, Earth Angel. Kindness, sensitivity, and strength, higher perspective, divine abilities. And I forgot, today has an angel theme, right? We always have different energetic themes going on with Ascension. Today we definitely have a theme of angels, the angelic today. I will remind you guys that dragons are part of the angelic realms as well, but we have a huge emphasis on the angelic realms as well as angels. So your guardian angels are coming through extra strong today. That goes for everyone, obviously. Your angels are coming through extra strong today. You have your guardian angel on point, on standby, right? We have a lot of angelic assistance today. So just know that you are loved. Joanne Marie Alamonte, Resolution. Old timelines are collapsing, insights, higher self-embodiment and expression. And, you know, we're changing our perception and we're changing who we are from these experiences. So I think that we can tell that our lessons were needed to kind of get us where we are. We've been doing a lot of hard work. This ascension has really kind of opened up since 2012. And now we can see that we're having more and more kind of souls wake up at their own pace and kind of join in with what is occurring. We have a lot of light workers that I like to think of as ground crew, right? Going about doing their missions that are coming together as a collective whole. This is powerful work. If any of you guys are doing this type of spiritual work, but I like to think most of this feed already is or will be at some point, then this is powerful in us helping, you know, reshape the collective. A lot of you guys are feeling a pull to gravitate towards service, right? Towards helping in some type of way. It's a lot of what we're being prepared for as well. Let's see. Alicia Allen. Family of light, signs, guidance, innate and ancient wisdom. We have a lot of ancient wisdom kind of flooding back on a spiritual level too as we're going through this. This energy coming into the planet is encoded with information as well, right? It's kind of hitting us and affecting us individually as we need it. It's also kind of, you know, waking up things within, whether it's our DNA, memories, feelings, emotions, right? Old things. It's important to remember though that we also have been carrying other souls' karma for far too long. This is kind of a theme this week, that we tend to kind of, let's say, bond with certain souls, take on things from them, and it's time to release any of this, you know, spiritual karma that is not our own as well. That goes for lessons. A lot of the times, especially with starseeds, you guys might have taken on a little too much for your families, for your partners, for the people around you. It's time to release this now with this energy. So we had a theme of letting go of the baggage. You know, sometimes this wasn't even our lessons, our stuff that we've been carrying around for far too long. So we can see that, yeah, we're doing a release this week, but we're going up higher and higher in frequency the next 2 weeks. So, you know, pay attention to your body as well. I tell people drink more water, rest more, listen to your body, make sure you're getting good sleep, and it's also a good time the next couple of weeks to kind of find your flow again after the holiday season, right? So it's a good time to get things done too. I'm going to get off of here on that note, but you guys know I'm always manifesting students. I'm here for readings. If you resonate, maybe check out something on my site.